So I've been working with Reiki on a daily basis for 13 years and met my teacher, Margaret Underwood, while I was in New Zealand. I've had the privilege as a physiotherapist of being able to work with all kinds of people. So I've worked in hospices, so working with people who were in for respite with cancer and also helping people who are dying. For me, one of the beauties of Reiki is there is no situation that Reiki can't help you with, and incredibly empowering. We will all at times in life be with people who are dying. By having the skill of Reiki, it means you can sit with them and Reiki them, and in my experience, their death becomes so much more peaceful, their breathing is calmer, and there's this sense of joy and love. In many ways, it's like being a midwife, but the other way around. I see myself as a spiritual midwife. You can work with the other end, with babies, with pregnancy. Having two wonderful children myself, I Reiki'd myself through my own pregnancy and many, many other people's pregnancies. It helps with the tiredness, it helps with the connection with the child, and of course during the birth and after the birth. Then you've got your beautiful little baby, which you can help with teething and just helping that transition of the baby into this world. And then there's our normal everyday problems of stress. One of the biggest problems in our lives is the way we think. It's our mind which causes the suffering. And Reiki ultimately was a technique that was to help us to take us out of our suffering. The fact that we can help other people with Reiki is absolutely fantastic. But traditionally, it was a technique to take us from our suffering because it's our mind. We worry about things, we make judgments, our misunderstanding causes this agitation and this feeling of not being at peace and one with our world. Reiki helps us to find that inner peace. It gives us energy, it gives us vitality. Every single organ in the body vibrates at an optimum frequency, and when we're under stress or when we are sick, when there's a lot of pressure in our lives, which is normal today because we have so much busyness, by Reikiing ourselves on a daily basis, it raises vibration. Every organ in the body has an optimum vibration, and as we're saying, when we're sick or tired, the vibration is not at its optimum. By Reikiing ourselves, it raises that vibration until that organ finds, this is how I'm meant to vibrate at. And so then we become much more alive. The organ works so much more effectively. It frees up the energy in our body. And so when the normal everyday stresses come, we see them as challenges instead of problems. When we have conflicts with those around us, instead of immediately jumping into anger or judgment, we step back and we think, okay, maybe there's something going on in their life, and we don't necessarily take it personally. Reiki is not just about putting your hands on somebody else and taking away their pain. That's an absolutely fantastic part of Reiki. The fact we can help to heal and assist people's journey is wonderful. But ultimately, it's about how we are in the world. When I speak, it's a vibration that goes out into the world and has an effect. Reiki helps me to think, what vibration am I sending out into that world? If I'm speaking of anger or judgment or frustration or stress, that vibration is going out. If I'm speaking of love and kindness and forgiveness, that vibration is going out. And of course, the second vibration is much higher and invites other people to be that way. Reiki finds those parts of us that have become hardened, whether it's through abuse, whether it's through us losing our loved ones, whether it's through a relationship splitting up. It's part of normal life that we each have our own journey, and Reiki helps to find those places that have hardened, and it softens them. And so we find that love again, and we find that forgiveness again. And life becomes once again that joy and that dance that it was meant to be. But like every spiritual practice, it's a practice. So we have to practice it. But the joy with practicing it and bathing yourself in that energy every day is that you want to, because you're bathing yourself in love. And when you bathe yourself in love, you become love. And the weekends at Lendrick are a gathering of 15 people. And in my own experience, it's not just the teachings that you'll receive from me, but every single person in that group gathers together for the right reasons. And you each weave your own life experiences together. And you're here at Lendrick, and there's the joy and the laughter. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And you go through your journey, your own healing, your own awakening. And when you leave on Sunday, you're a different person. All that juiciness, all that beauty that you are, just becomes even more. And all those parts of us that we don't need people to remind us of, all those parts of our frustrations, our stresses, they become less with time. Reiki helps us to remember who we are. We don't have to learn to be it, we are it. And what we are is love. And as I say to people, if you're meant to train with Reiki, your heart will tell you. And if you're meant to train with myself, your heart will tell you. So just to refresh, anyone can practice Reiki. If you're a human being, you're qualified. You don't need to have done any previous healing or energy work before. All you need is a heartfelt response that, yes, you want to be more of who you are. You want to have more energy. You want to embrace life in all its fullness, you know, and also you can help people who are sick, whether it's your friends or your family or even your animals, your puppy, you can help them. Reiki is completely safe. It fills you with this life force energy, with joy, and your life becomes richer and deeper, having more meaning. And as a result, your relationships become more successful. Everyone around you sees that you're happier, and it helps them to be happier as well.